Anyone living in a southeast city and enjoying the southeast wilderness sometimes must wonder about the advantage of giving up the hecticness of a city life for the hopeful tranquility of a wilderness existence. Hello, I'm Scott Foster and welcome again to Rain Country. We begin this week just 10 miles from downtown Juneau. If you go 10 miles in one direction from downtown Juneau, you're still in the suburbs. 10 miles in this direction puts you in the wilderness, where a family of 3 are living in a wilderness setting, but they have some unusual circumstances.
You know, I employ the power company and derive a salary from that, which probably makes it a lot more fun than if I had to get out and dig it out of the ground, you know, as homesteaders would have to.
Working at a power plant means another unusual aspect to wilderness living: unlimited power.
For the first, 2 years, we didn't have a satellite, and we didn't really even miss that. We did get a VCR the second year, I think, and had some friends tape a movie once in a while for us and send it out. But otherwise, we didn't even have that, and we really didn't miss it. And now we have the satellite, but just in the evenings is the only time we really watch it. We've got two freezers, well actually 3 freezers I guess it is, and 2 refrigerators, and then a refrigerator down in the plant too.
Food orders are radioed to Juneau, filled at a local store, and sent out on a plane every 2 weeks.
Food-wise, we don't have to really want for anything.
Gary and Karen Felt's comfortable wilderness home is old. It was originally built as one of the Juneau area power plants to satisfy the needs of the early gold mines.
About 1915, there's some old photographs we have around here that's the date on them that shows the houses and the powerhouse being built. It's a facility operated by Alaska Electric Light and Power. It's one of the old facilities from back in the gold mining days when it was actually built, went into production, and produces, seems like the last figure I heard, is approximately 10% of the present power consumption of Juneau. I'm a powerhouse operator watchman, my designation. Just being around in case something goes wrong, and for security. Right now the plant, it's set up, it's automated where the thing operator can do the operation, but you know there's times that something fails and it has to be done manually.
And that's the hitch in the Felt's family wilderness living. Although popular Taku River with its hunting and fishing is just a short boat run away, Gary's job requires he remain on site 24 hours a day, every day. That limits him to the house, the power plant, the boat dock, and an occasional hike up the hill to Annex Lake, the source of the hydropower. In some respects, it's like being in jail, looking at a wilderness that's just out of reach. Not that Gary is complaining.
I work at home, more or less, and I can spend more time with Karen, and especially now that with Brandon, I get to spend a lot more time with him than I would if I lived in town.
We're about 20 miles away from town, from Juneau, and you have to come out by float plane, which is what we usually do, or boat. And it's just the 3 of us and a dog, and we live out here year-round. And we keep busy. In the summer, of course, there's a lot of people coming in and out, and we have a couple families that come out and visit, and they have kids, which is nice for Brandon. And the crew is out pretty busy in the summer. We've got a garden going every summer and try different things. We just grow basically what we can eat for the summer. This summer we have canned and frozen a lot of greens and broccoli and cauliflower. And we tried, the first 2 years we were out here, tomatoes, but they never did much. They got up so big and then they just kind of hung there. But a lot of onion, lettuce, cabbage.
And the wolves come around. I've only seen one down here on the beach, then the 2 that got the dog. I did see both of those, I got a glimpse of them. And a lot of black bear.
Yeah, every spring we usually have one
Yeah, there was.
come here at the house, and I've gotten a real good shot of black bear just behind the kitchen there. All the animals seem to congregate right there. They stop there and they kind of
Got
look
real
in.
good
Even
pictures.
a moose back there just standing looking in. And got a picture of him also. But
And it was the last spring, woke up one night with glass breaking, and there was a bear knocked the windows out behind the couch in our living room, and a lot of eagles around. We found, managed to find a couple of active nests and watch the young eagles. Well, a lot of people say how great this would be, but they're usually here on sunny summer days. Like I tell everybody, I invite them to come back, spend the weekend in December or January, and then they can base their opinions on that. I think it takes something a little special to be out here.
getting along with your spouse, you know, that could be very difficult if you're not close, if you don't like to talk, if you don't like the same things, you know, hobby-wise or reading or doing things together.
And there are times that it gets boring, and it gets real boring. It's not all great, because a day like this, for instance, or especially in the wintertime when it's foggy and snowing for day in and day out, it gets real old, and that has to be contended with. I've never found anything that cures it 100%, but just wait for the next day and hope it's be better.
Gary and Karen's young son Brandon has grown up at Annex Creek. They seem satisfied with the advantages wilderness life offers a young child, even though he has no playmates his own age.
Well, right now I don't think it's really affected him that much. He's too young. And I usually go into town, go up to Anchorage. My folks are up there, and stay a month. And I've got a brother that's got a little girl. And we've watched him closely when we go. And he holds on pretty tight the first day usually when we go into town. But then otherwise he acts like any other little boy.
Karen and
Now
Gary
we
have been
have
married
the
since
satellite.
1981. When their son Brandon reaches school age, the family will have other decisions to make about where they live. For now, though, this wilderness family of three is happy to call Annex Creek home.
I certainly don't regret coming out here, and we've enjoyed it a great deal.
Well, we got married in July, and in August we came out. And this has been our honeymoon ever since.